Viewmasters, it's the podcast that we do. Viewmasters, talk about movies that we view. Viewmasters, my friend Eric and me Joe. Viewmasters, hey, let's start the show.
Shuffle up and deal, it's time for the Viewmasters. Episode 322, The Card Counter. My name is Slippery Joe.
My name is Eric.
Hello, Eric.
Hello, Slippery Joe.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
Fantastic. I feel like I'm doing an announcer voice.
It feels like it.
I'm into it, and I'm gonna keep doing it.
All right. This may be the best episode yet.
It might be, who knows? Let's find out.
Shuffle up and deal. What is that? Is that from anything? Or
That
is it just
so. When I was younger, there was a program on Bravo called Celebrity Poker Showdown.
okay?
And I remember that being the thing that they said at the beginning of every episode. And also, whenever the blind costs went up, they would always say, "Whatever it costs," and then shuffle up and deal. And everybody claps.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So you're a poker head.
No, I'm not a poker head.
Okay.
I did. I played poker a little bit when I was in college.
All right.
I somehow ended up in a game, weekly game with maybe one guy that I knew and a bunch of people that I didn't. I have no memory of how I ended up in this group.
And you're all best friends to this day.
Yeah. You know, Religious Ronnie and Trucker Tom and Captain Ron and the whole group. But yeah, I remember it was fun. I enjoyed it. I knew how to play poker because of Celebrity Poker Showdown. And I also remember specifically one evening where I was one of the last players left, and it got to be like 3 a.m, and I had class in the morning, and I was like, "Guys, I gotta go," and they were like, "No, you can't go. You have to stay and play." And I was like, "I'm just gonna give my chips to this guy, and he can play for me, because I gotta go." And then I don't know that I ever came back after that, because I may have broken the rules of etiquette of poker.
Much like Oscar Isaac does in this movie.
It's true, yeah. I just got up and left. So I enjoy poker.
Now, was it for actual money, this game?
It was like a $5 buy-in or
Okay.
something. Everybody paid $5, and then at the end of the night, whoever won got the whole pot.
$20.
Yeah,
whatever.
$20, $30, whatever. So yeah, it was fun though. I really liked it. I feel like I could have a really good gambling problem if I let myself. The one time that Jenny and I went to a casino, I think we both started off with $25 each.
Mm-hmm.
And I sat down at a slot machine, and I got up to $50, and I was like, "This is awesome!" And then I kept going, and I lost it all. So I don't know when to quit.
Yeah. I feel like the couple times I've been to casinos, I have just automatically just starting out with shit luck.
Yeah,
that has prevented me from going often.
sure.
Or, having any kind of gambling addiction, because I just never win.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was that little bit of winning that I did initially
Yeah.
that was like, oh, I could get into this.
Yeah. At my old job, the owner of the company used to enjoy taking us out to the casinos down in
Indianati, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
The river boats.
Right, yeah. Indiana's Rising Sun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I did go there once with an ex like 20 years ago when it actually did go out on the river.
Nice.
Which also then meant we were stuck there until it docked. But I distinctly remember, like, boss brought us in. We had dinner. You know, he always forced us to drink on him.
Sure. Booze cruise.
Sure, yeah. He took us down to the casino. We did a game of roulette to start. Won a couple $100, like as a group.
Okay.
He then split it among us. And said, go have fun.
Okay.
Myself and one of the other employees, both went to a slot machine. The employee, my fellow coworker, won $100 at the slot machine. I lost 20 and said, I'm done.
Are you sure? Yeah.
And then went home.
Yeah. If you started off with 0,
yep.
Left with 0,
yep.
Sounds good to me.
Yep. I still had I still had 20.
Well, sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was still a loss.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I need gas.
Yeah.
Stopping, getting gas, going home.
Smart man. Well done. I think the thing that would be my downfall is I understand that one of the Hollywood casinos in the area, there is a Superman the movie slot machine. And I could see myself just going and sitting there.
Sure.
And listening to the John Williams music and blowing hundreds of dollars.
Sure. One of my exes and I went to the Miami Valley Casino.
Okay.
The one that's in Monroe or
yeah.
whatever. Yeah. And I don't know if it's any different, but they had it was relatively newly opened.
Okay.
But at the time they only had slot machines,
okay.
No games or anything like what I consider games.
Yeah.
No cards, no roulette, no anything like that. And so we stumbled onto an Addams Family slot machine.
Awesome.
Which, I like the Addams Family quite a bit.
Yeah. I assume it was movies.
No, it was the TV show.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I sat down to play it, and also I don't know what slot machines are.
Okay.
In this day and age. I am used to, you pull the lever, there's 3 wheels, they match up or they don't.
Yeah.
This thing was just there's an X, and there's 39 different things all going off at once, and I don't know what any of them means. All I know is that I lost whatever money I had.
That's another thing, too. I remember, having no idea when I won stuff. Why did I win? I don't know. It's all on the computer and a bunch of there's lines connecting things, and they're not all in a line, but
right.
They're okay. I guess if they're adjacent to each other, that counts. It's very strange.
Yeah. I did one casino trip. I played some blackjack, and I won. Or at least I came out enough ahead that I was like, oh, I need to stop.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I probably would have kept going.
Yeah.
Or it was I had won quite a bit, and then I lost a hand, and it's okay, stop.
Yeah.
My dad always tells a story of him going to Puerto Rico and going to a resort there. The hotel that they were staying at had a casino in it, and he said that he went up to play blackjack or whatever, and he was up about $100 or so. And he looked down at his cards, and then when he looked back up, the dealer had changed, and then he lost everything.
Oh, jeez.
So he said it was the worst feeling he's ever had in his life, and he's never gambled since.
That's awful. That sucks. I feel like the dealer shouldn't be able to change mid-hands.
Right? Yeah, who knows.
A little hinky.
Yeah. Oh well, it's Puerto Rico. What are you
Yeah.
gonna do?
All right.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either.
You ever been to Vegas?
No,
No.
never have.
I went once. Went to a casino, but did not play anything in the casino.
Okay.
However, I did play the slot machines at a Walgreens.
Ooh. Okay, interesting.
And a 7-Eleven.
I think those are just ATMs.
Because they are everywhere
Yeah.
in Las Vegas. They're at the Taco Bell.
Interesting.
They're at the Pizza Hut. They're at the Taco Bell Pizza.
Fuck you. I knew it was happening and it was too late to stop it. You're a monster. Speaking of monsters, this movie's about torture.
Apparently.
This movie and the Torture Report are in a shared universe.
They really are.
Yeah.
Unexpected.
Did not expect, had no idea what this movie was going in other than Oscar Isaac.
Yep.
And was not prepared for how fucking heavy this movie was.
Yep. Yeah, wow. Just, I mean, I guess nobody else would call it a twist, but that certainly was a twist for me.
Well, yeah, I don't know if it's more of a swerve, I think, than a twist. It's just an unexpected element.
Yep.
Yeah, like I figured, okay, he's a gambler, so there's probably like, I don't know, he's got debts and he's got to pay off his debts, and
figured it'd be like some sort of mob thing.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Yeah. No, not like that at all.
Not a bit.
Which honestly, yeah, despite the torture, was really refreshing. That it wasn't what I expected it to be. Like, I actually really enjoyed that about it. That it wasn't the stock, gambler gets in too deep,
right,
gonna get his legs broken or whatever, unless he wins the big game,
right?
So yeah, that was quote unquote nice.
Yeah, I totally expected at some point he was just gonna get the shit beaten out of him by some goons.
Yeah,
never happens.
Yeah,
in fact, he does really well. With that part of the plot.
Yes, he is an excellent gambler.
Yes, he is. I don't know how the card counting comes into play, but apparently it makes him pretty okay at it.
Yeah, I mean, from what I was reading, card counting really only works in blackjack.
That's what
Otherwise, yeah, because you're sort of playing against the deck,
right?
In blackjack, whereas, like he says in the movie, with poker, you're playing against other people. So yeah, it's a snappy title.
Yeah.
But I don't know that it doesn't quite apply. But also, like, the former torture guy who now plays poker doesn't really work as well as the card counter does. Abu Ghraib is in this movie. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I had not thought about that in a while, and that's a real bummer. It's a bummer that it happened, and it's a bummer that I hadn't thought about it in a while, because I'm sure that shit still happens.
Oh, I'm sure.
They just don't take pictures of it anymore.
Yeah, they learned their lesson.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Yeah. They learned the wrong lesson.
Most people do.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Much like Ty Sheridan in this movie.
Yeah, Cyclops himself.
This is a real X-Men Apocalypse reunion.
It is. I always forget about that one. I always skip straight to Dark Phoenix. I had completely blocked out X-Men Apocalypse.
We saw that in the theater together.
I know we did. And I'm sorry that I forget that experience.
It's perfectly okay. It's not good.
It's not good.
Still better than Dark Phoenix.
I actually really enjoyed Dark Phoenix.
Ooh.
I mean, it's not good, but I enjoyed Dark Phoenix. There is something quaint about Dark Phoenix in the way that I feel like there's something quaint about Steel. Like,
all right,
it's just like, here's an X-Men movie. It's not connected to anything else. It's just an X-Men movie. We're just doing whatever we want with these characters, sort of.
Yeah.
And and I don't know, for some reason I just found that really entertaining.
I mean, I guess, it did sort of come out in the midst of, Marvel Mania. So, I can see that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, it would be nice to watch a standalone comic book movie again.
Yeah. Yeah. Like they're even now setting Spider-Verse in the Marvel Cinematic Multiverse, which is weird to me.
All right,
but okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yep. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say I did not really care for this movie that much.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Part of it is the Tiffany Haddish of it all.
Yeah, that was disappointing.
Yeah.
I feel like most everybody else is good. But yeah, she's a real weak link. And I guess there's not that many characters that get a lot of screen time in the movie.
No.
And she is one of them, and yeah, she's just not...
She's not good.
Like, the way that she's delivering the dialogue is not good.
Nope.
I did read that I guess initially she did it a little more comedic, and then Paul Schrader was like, no, you have to do it straight. Like, this is not a comedy. And that's what we got. So maybe that's what it was. Like, it's just outside of her wheelhouse, because she's primarily a comedic actress.
Right. Then how did she get cast?
Yeah. I don't know. Marketable name,
I guess. It's just, I don't think Ty Sheridan was all that great either, but a step up from her. But also, they're both playing against Oscar Isaac.
Yeah.
Who is, admittedly great.
Yes. Yeah. He is spectacular.
If he was not in the lead role of this movie, I don't think I would have found anything enjoyable about it.
Yeah.
He definitely ties it together and held my interest enough that I didn't hate this.
He is eminently watchable.
Yes,
for sure. I did read that Ty Sheridan was a replacement for Shia LaBeouf, which would have made for a very different viewing experience.
Yeah, I'd say that'd be distracting.
Agreed. Yeah. I think Shia LaBeouf is just distracting at this point.
Yep.
The Shia LaBeoufness of it all.
Yeah. Yeah, wow. Alternate universes.
Yeah. the card counter multiverse. Kirk with a C, played by Shia LaBeouf.
Okay. Not gonna lie. Kirk with a C. Really distracting.
It's very distracting, especially every time it popped up in the closed captions.
Yep.
Like, if it hadn't been the closed captions, I don't think I would have been as distracted by it.
Probably, yeah.
But, yeah. There were a few things that distracted me by virtue of being in the closed captions. Like that and the song that plays. The multiple songs that play repeatedly.
Which, you and I have differing music tastes. I did not care for any of the music.
Did not care for any of the music either.
Right.
Yeah. It felt oppressive to me.
Yeah.
Like, it was just very loud and again in the closed captions.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. I know what I'm getting into.
If it makes you feel any better, I was watching something yesterday where the closed captions ruined a joke.
Oh no! Oh no! What did you watch? Don't tell me what the joke was.
Okay, I was watching an episode of Gravity Falls.
Okay. Alright. I haven't watched Gravity Falls. I've heard it's very good, though.
It is very good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Oh, man. Yeah, it's kind of a strange movie. I don't know how much of it is just I was jarred by the torture of it all.
Right.
But, like, Oscar Isaac is great. I would, if it had just been him the whole time and his inner monologue, like even the voiceover from him didn't bother me.
Right? Yeah.
And
I'm usually
sometimes
not a
that
fan
bugs
of that.
me. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it probably would have been, dull, I guess, for other people, whatever. But if it had just been about him, like, running into or seeing John Gordo at this conference and then, sort of reckoning with his past that way,
Right.
and maybe considering doing what Kirk wants to do and all of that. If that had been all it was, I would have been, I think, a lot more into it.
Yeah.
Or at least,
I think
I want more Oscar Isaac. Period. I guess is really all it comes down to.
the Kirk aspect of it is just, it's bizarre. I sort of understand what William, Oscar Isaac's character, is attempting to do, to sort of distract Kirk from his nefarious plan.
Yeah.
But it just, and I get, we don't know his character all that well, but
which character, William? Okay, yeah.
Enough to figure out why he would decide to bring Kirk along on his adventures.
Yeah.
I don't know. It adds a weird aspect to it that I don't know works.
Yeah. The feeling that I got, aside from him trying to save Kirk from a situation or from a scenario that he was clearly not prepared for at all, was that, and I got it specifically in the scene where he's telling him about what it was like at Abu Ghraib, that he's trying to talk him out of this thing that haunts him.
Right.
He's trying to talk Kirk out of it. Specifically the torture part of it.
Right.
So I get it. I get that he's trying to distract him. It does sort of feel like why has he chosen this kid as his charity case?
Right.
Other than just maybe he sees something of himself in him. I don't know. But yeah, their relationship throughout is very strange, and it feels like it just sort of happens because it has to happen.
Right. I think that probably is where my biggest problem with the movie lies, is that all of it feels very contrived.
Yeah.
Just if it was just, like you said, your scenario in which he just sort of runs into Gordo and struggles with it, to be a character piece.
Yeah.
I feel would have been much more successful, and I know throwing, Tiffany Haddish and the Kirk with a C in there, gives him other people to play off of.
Yeah.
But at the same time, maybe I would have enjoyed more Slippery Joe.
Yeah.
Or rando poker players, scummy poker players that he knows.
Yeah. Honestly, while we were watching it, there are just throwaway references to a lot of them, like Religious Ronnie.
Right.
That, we get a glimpse of him, but give us more of the weird characters who are on this poker tournament,
right,
or this poker tour, that would have filled out the world, I think, of the movie a little bit more in an interesting way.
Because I mean, we're seeing the point of view of him, aside from the traumatic, ex-convict, former torturer, aspect of his life. He is relatively normal.
Yeah.
But to see the other weirdos that are doing the same thing that he is doing, I think it would have been. I know people give a lot of shit to the movie Rounders, but I find that to be a lot more enjoyable just because it is full of just bizarre characters.
Okay. I've actually never seen Rounders.
It is what it is.
Okay. Gotcha. Is that Ed Norton?
Ed Norton and Matt Damon, yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
And John Malkovich.
Worth watching? Entertaining?
It's entertaining.
Okay.
I found it entertaining.
Gotcha. Yeah. I don't know, like, the characters that it did focus on other than William were kind of duds.
Yeah.
Or at least the people playing them were kind of duds.
Yeah. And I mean, the Lolinda, Tiffany Haddish's character, yeah, she's not good.
Yeah.
But also, yeah, her character doesn't really add much of anything. Like,
Yeah.
She is more of a just plot point.
Yeah. Plot point / love interest.
Yeah.
Ish.
But they have no chemistry.
They have
together.
zero chemistry together, which, how do you not have chemistry with fucking Oscar Isaac?
I mean, I have more chemistry with my TV showing Oscar Isaac.
You did. It was distracting while we were watching the movie. It's like, oh shit, is something happening over there? Do I need to leave the room?
At one point, my cat climbed up on my chest and blocked my view of the TV.
Yeah.
I was very upset because could not see Oscar Isaac anymore.
Oh, man. Chaco just couldn't handle the sexual tension between you and that appliance.
Is that it?
It's like, hey, look at me. I'm here too.
He does get very jealous.
Yeah.
He is a very jealous cat. Does not like it if I pay anyone else the slightest bit of attention.
Yeah, well, there you go.
So, yeah, I get it, I guess.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know that I really have a ton more to say about this. Oscar Isaac is great.
Yeah, it's a slim plot.
Yeah.
It's weirdly got too much plot for what I think would be a better character study type of movie.
Yeah.
But not enough character to drive a plot-driven movie.
Yeah, like the character stuff with Oscar Isaac, even just by himself in his hotel room that he covers with sheets.
Like, I want to know more about that.
Yeah.
I wanted to read what the tattoo on his back said because I could not make it out.
Yeah, I forget what it said, but yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like just more of him would have been great,
Right.
and less of the people around him.
And also, like the time compression in this movie is weird.
Oh yeah, I have no concept of how long the storyline takes.
He initially, when he agrees to do the whole, he's getting a backer kind of thing, which again I thought would be kind of one of those mob movie type plot twists or whatever, but doesn't really come into play at all.
Yeah.
Other than to bring Tiffany Haddish into the movie. But he says he's going to do this for a year, and then he's out. And so by the end, he has made it to the World Series of Poker.
Yeah.
And he flat out states, I'm out after this.
Yeah.
So I would assume that then it's been a year.
I guess.
But, okay. Like, we never really even know where he is at any given moment. Occasionally they'll mention a city that they're in.
Yeah.
But not a lot of landmarks to market or anything like that. Wherever he is in his final game, he's able to drive to Virginia.
Yeah.
To make it to Willem Dafoe's house.
Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah. And also, again, just leaving his poker table.
Yeah. That was a choice he made.
Yep.
He was fully on tilt.
Yes, he was. Yeah. I will say, I do appreciate this movie giving me an explanation for the term tilt in pinball.
Yeah.
I always just thought it meant, you were like physically tilting the machine.
I always thought that as well. Yeah.
Apparently not.
I also appreciate that it tried to explain card counting to me.
It did.
I never really understood how that works.
I was very confused by it.
Yeah.
And ultimately, it didn't help anything in the movie.
No, it's really not that important.
Because, like you said, it's really only useful in blackjack, and most of the movie is Texas Hold'em.
Yeah. I was disappointed. He's talking about the best hand of poker that he ever saw, and it's the guy who wins the hand with like a 2% chance of getting the card that he needs on the river, which is the last card.
Yeah.
And I remember from watching Celebrity Poker Showdown that when someone won the hand on the river, they called that a suck out, and I was really liked that. So I was disappointed that he didn't refer to that as he got totally sucked out on the river.
Speaking of sucking out,
the
Lord.
One
thing I was disappointed in
no.
was that there's no Jennifer Tilly in this movie.
What? What are you talking about?
Isn't she like a big poker player? Isn't she always like in the World Series of Poker?
I don't know. Is she?
I think she is.
Interesting.
I think that she still acts. She's in like every Chucky movie.
Yeah.
But I think otherwise, she just plays poker.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I was disappointed that Joshua Molina wasn't in it.
We all have our crushes.
It's true. I do like Joshua Molina. Executive producer of Celebrity Poker Showdown.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah.
Didn't Dave Foley used to host that?
I think he did.
Or was that a different Celebrity Poker game?
No, I think Dave Foley did host that. That
right.
might have been why I started watching it to begin with. Either Dave Foley or another kid in the hall.
Probably not Kevin McDonald.
Probably not.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Maybe Mark. No, it wasn't Mark McKinney either. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I think it was Dave Foley.
He was the most marketable kid in the hall.
It's true. It's true.
Oh, the card counter.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. It's fine, I guess.
Yeah, it was. I was entertained. It held my interest. I did not fall asleep.
I did not either.
Oscar Isaac is wonderful.
That he is.
So worth it for Oscar Isaac alone.
Yeah, all right. It held my interest mostly because I was just like, where is this going?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
So
when is he going to kill the USA guy?
Right?
Like, is he just going to snap at this table and strangle someone on live television?
I did. Yeah, that's another aspect of this is that I thought that once it's revealed that he is this former torturer.
Yeah.
That okay, he would absolutely snap.
Yeah.
At some point, and there's twice I thought we were getting that.
Yeah.
And he never does.
Yeah.
Even at the end when he goes full tilt,
Mm-hmm.
it's still very subdued.
It is.
And I think any other actor probably would have gone just super overboard with it.
Yeah.
I do often think about the whole Stephen King about Jack Nicholson and The Shining thing.
Is
that you always are going to assume that he's gonna lose it because he's just crazy. And I think Oscar Isaac plays it so low key that you are waiting for the snap, but he just keeps it so cool.
Yeah.
That
so
it
good.
becomes frightening.
Yeah, it's great.
It is. It really is.
Yeah.
He is the most worthwhile thing about this movie. I think we can probably both agree on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will also say one other thing that I really liked is that Oscar Isaac has the most believable fake phone call that I think I've seen in a movie in a long time. It's when he's in the men's room and he's talking to Lolinda.
Yeah.
And I forget exactly what the all the details are of it, but you only hear his side of the conversation.
Yeah.
And it was just well done. Like, so many times you can tell, like, oh, there's nobody on the other end of that line.
Right.
They're just, and the way that the dialogue is written often is just like, well, it's going to tell you what the other person said before he responds. And no, this was not like that at all. This was like he was actually on the fucking phone.
Yeah.
And we're just getting half of it. That was great. It was so good.
It's the little thing.
5 stars. 5 stars to that phone call. That happens, I don't know, 35 minutes into the movie, maybe.
It is a slow movie.
It is, yeah. But again, it held my attention.
Yeah.
It didn't feel slow to me.
Yeah.
I was just like, where is this going?
Yeah. I guess I would recommend this to people, but, I would also caveat that it's not for everyone, and that I probably would never want to watch this again.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah. There is tension to it, the way that I think there's tension to a movie like Nightcrawler, but not enough that I would be like, oh yeah, you gotta watch this.
Yeah. Man, Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
Still just makes me feel dirty. But I absolutely would watch that again.
Nightcrawler, I haven't watched it again since I saw it the first time, but I feel like it's a movie I could just have on while I'm doing other stuff.
Yeah.
It's weird. What's wrong with my brain?
We're broken men.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh. What's making you happy, Eric?
You know what? The thing that's making me happy this week just happened today.
Okay.
I got a Blue Beetle and Booster Gold sticker.
Yeah. Those are pretty cool.
They are really cool. So Kyle Starks has a sticker club that you can join on his Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
I am not a member because I cannot afford to join anybody's Patreon.
Right. But I have money to burn.
Yes, you do.
Apparently. Jenny's not around to tell me not to. I am untethered. And my spending knows no bounds.
This is probably ultimately not a great thing.
Probably not. Yeah. No, not so much. Not so much. Anyway, tell your story.
Yeah. So my friend Joe is a member of the sticker club.
Hi, that's me, Slippery Joe.
And occasionally you get a sticker that you're like, I don't know who these people are. Have them. And I'll look at them and say, I know exactly who these people are, and I will take them. But the first time I ever found out about the Kyle Starks sticker club was he posted his Blue Beetle and Booster Gold stickers. And I thought, drats, because I was not a member and I could not get them. And he did, I believe, sell them on Etsy, but they sold out.
Mm-hmm.
And they were just gone forever. And those are like the 2 that I would want the most out of anything else. And somehow you, over the weekend, snagged them for me.
Yeah, I worked my charms. Which is to say that I saw Kyle Starks, and I said, hey, I'm a member of the sticker club. And he said, here, have some stickers. And I saw the Blue Beetle and Booster Gold, and I was like, I know who wants these. And his name is Eric Schonborn.
Yeah. And it made me very happy.
It did. That made me really happy.
That's good.
How happy it made you made me happy.
Because the only other thing I had going for me was that I finally did my taxes.
Hey!
So, one or the other.
You know what? That's important.
It is important. I was cutting it pretty close.
Yeah. You got, a week?
Yeah.
A little over a week till Jason's birthday?
I usually like to have them done a lot earlier than this.
Yeah. Only reason I remember Jason's birthday is that it's tax day.
Yep. Not gonna lie, same. What about you, sir?
I got to interview one of my favorite comic book writers of all time, a man by the name of Mark Waid. He and artist Dan Mora have a new Shazam series launching in May, and I got to do
hot on the heel of Fury of the Gods.
That's right. Yeah, it'll be, I think, available on digital by the time that comic comes out. But I got to interview. I interviewed both of them actually. I interviewed Mark Waid via Zoom, and then I interviewed Dan Mora at C2E2.
Nice.
And that was real exciting. Like it was. I talked to Mark Waid for about 20 minutes. Half of it was about Shazam, and the other half of it was about another thing that has not been announced yet.
Ooh.
But it was awesome.
I thought you were going to say the other half was just about you being a dork.
No, that was the very last thing that I said to him. I did pretty much just completely geek out at the end and was like, "You've been my favorite writer for 30 years. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Wade."
And then I guess it's a good thing you got both interviews out of the way.
Exactly, yeah. He's like, "Cool, I'll never talk to you again."
Yep.
"And which outlet do you write for?" And I said, "Adventures in Poor Taste, sir."
Not cosmicbook.com.
Oh, Jesus. A bleeding fool. You got. No. So yeah, that was very cool. The interview is out there, and by the time this comes out, it'll be about a month old probably.
Yeah.
But check it out. It was a good interview. I really enjoyed it. At least I think it was a good interview.
I read it. It was good.
Oh, thank you.
I'm very excited for this Shazam series. It'll be nice to have a Shazam series worth reading.
Yes.
That's not the new champion of Shazam.
Oh, I liked the new champion.
I was about to say that I did.
Okay, good.
I like that a lot, and it feels a little shitty that they're just suddenly, like mere months after it ends, just saying, "Well, fuck that book." Not even giving it a chance.
It was a 4-issue series.
It was,
Yeah.
But Mary had no chance as the new champion of Shazam.
I fully expect that she'll be back
I hope
in
so
the
too.
pages of this Shazam series.
Probably,
It seems
yeah.
like they. Wade for sure has great respect for the Shazam family.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm sure we haven't seen the last of her at all.
Yeah. But everything is starting to take a nice step away from the Jeff Johns Shazam stuff.
Yeah.
Which, thank God.
Yeah.
Especially costume wise.
Yeah. 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 Saw a lot of comments on the post today were just like, "Yay, Shazam's in his costume again."
Now, if we can only just get back to calling him Captain Marvel.
Well, I'll tell you a thing off air.
Okay. He's not going to be called either.
Yeah, they're actually just going to call him Frank Thunderbolts. They were just like, "We need a clean break." Which is weird that his name's Billy.
Yeah.
But when he's a superhero, he goes by Frank.
Yeah, well.
They could have called him Billy the Lightning Man. But nope, Frank Thunderbolts.
Well, I mean, it's the first thing that popped into the editor's head.
It's true.
After that, the Shazam app decided to sue DC.
Right. Paul Kaminsky sitting at his desk like, "Oh, fuck, what am I going to do?" Paul Kaminsky, Superman group editor at DC Comics. Yeah. Anyway.
I'm excited about that, and they've been doing fantastic work on World's Finest. So
yes.
You mentioned that it might be a little sad that Dan Mora is possibly leaving that book, but also haven't seen that he isn't.
Yeah.
So who knows what the hell's happening?
Yeah, I mean, maybe they'll do a thing where, like, because right now it's only 13 issues in on World's Finest. Well, like, Mora's drawn 5 issues, and then they've had a fill-in for 1 issue.
Right.
So maybe they'll do something similar on Shazam. I'm sure there's Chris Somney would be a great fill-in.
Yep.
Doc Shaner would be a great fill-in.
Sure.
Plenty of great Shazam fill-ins.
Yeah.
Potentially. Anyway.
Jerry Ordway, maybe.
Yes. Oh, that would be so good. Yes, please. Thank you very much.
Yes, looking forward to both.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looking forward to picking a movie.
Oh, shit! Yeah, no. So I mentioned this to you beforehand because I wanted to make sure you hadn't seen it already. But the movie that I have in mind is a horror movie.
Oh, okay.
From a few years ago. Directed by Dave Franco. That's James Franco's brother.
Yes.
And starring Alison Brie, and I believe Dave Franco is in it as well.
Alrighty.
And I'm not sure who else. But it's called The Rental.
Alright. You asked me if I'd seen it. I had never heard of it.
Yeah.
Stunned that it's a Dave Franco joint. Pleased to hear that Alison Brie is in it, having just finished watching Community again.
Nice.
Always up for Alison Brie.
Yeah.
Alright, The Rental.
Yeah, it's on Netflix if you want to watch along.
Okay. Alrighty, sounds good.
And we'll be back to sign our lease next week. On the Viewmasters, thank you for listening. Smash that like and subscribe button. Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to The Viewmasters. You can subscribe to the show directly at view.guttertrash.net or at iTunes and leave us a review. Visit view.guttertrash.net for email information and links to Facebook and Twitter. We'll see you next time on The Viewmasters.